site will host one of the biggest boxing fights in 2026.
This is a great fight for both of these guys in this point of their career. This is what boxing is made of.
Boots Ennis is certainly one of the pound-for-pound best.
You know, I'm looking forward to seeing if Xander Zayas can outbox Jaron.
That speed, that power, that elusive defense. I think this fight is going to definitely show what both fighters have in them, you know.
You want these? I'm confident that I'm going to beat you June 27th, but I'm the champion.
You going to get everything you looking for, straight like that.
Ennis is a dynamic, special talent.
He can win. That's the craziest thing. I'm talking to people, and they're like, I think Boots is too confident. I think Boots thinks he's going to walk over this kid.
I think Jaron Ennis is one of the best pound-for-pound talents, and he has the ability to be great on one night, but he also gets hit. It's interesting to see how he's going to react when he does get hit by Zayas, but I got to favor the Philadelphian. I got to favor Boots. I think he's the future.
Xander's a good fighter, you know what I mean? Young, upcoming fighter.
Because I've seen Xander, and Xander is pretty good. Intangible-wise, I don't know that he can do everything Boots can do because Boots does have a lot of intangibles that Boots can do. I've seen him do a few more because he's been around a bit longer than Xander. But Xander's got to know how to make an adjustment. So that being said, we'll have to see what happens. I don't know who will win the fight. The intangibles do lean toward Boots to me. But
listen, Xander will fight anybody. He's that kind of fighter. Super marketable fighter, so that's why I was surprised that they're taking this chance with him a little early. If he wins, he's a megastar. Ennis is one of the best fighters in the sport today.
I think it's a great, stylistically, it's a great matchup. I think Boots is very, very talented. He's in his prime, obviously. He's facing a guy who knows how to use his distance and throws hard punches, combinations. He has the will to win. I mean, this is going to be a great fight.
Yeah, Boots can stop Xander. He could. I've been reading a lot of comments and stuff from people saying that, 9, 10. I've been also seeing, 11. Shit. Look, I just got done studying some Xander Zayas, man. Late in the fight, he begins to fade. Round 8, 9, he starts to fade. Yeah.
I think he can get better. I think he's getting better. I don't think he's staying at one spot. I definitely think he's getting better. But when I say green, I don't think he's not staying in the same spot. You can tell he's getting better. He's trying to learn the craft. He's trying to get skills. So
Defenses, offenses, speed, punching power, both undefeated, both with belts. It would be a unification fight. It almost never happens. Almost never. In a 50-50 fight.
Period. That is the fight everyone should want. That is the #1 desirable fight in all of combat sport. There is no other fight.
This is a very good fighter, a complete fighter, a fighter who I think presents next to the most, he's probably the second most difficult guy to fight in the weight class because he's rangy. He can do so many things. He can fight inside, he can fight outside. He's a great body puncher. He's a very, very respected guy, and I think he's very mature for his age.
On June 27th at Barclays Center, boxing's biggest collision is set to go down. Xander Zayas, 3-0, defends his WBO and WBA super-welterweight titles against Jaron Boots Ennis, 35-0, and the experts are split right down the middle. Legend Terence Crawford has bluntly said it's a little too early right now for Zayas, while Unbeaten Shakur Stevenson insists Ennis is the hardest fighter to deal with at 154 lbs. On the other side, Toney went even further, claiming Zayas just isn't ready for this level yet. But Roy Jones Jr. is warning people not to sleep on Zayas, since he's already a 2-time world champion. Ennis's 89% knockout ratio and explosive switch hitting, southpaw style, make him the heavy favorite. But Zayas' youth, high-volume punching, and the roaring Puerto Rican crowd could turn this into an instant classic. This isn't just about belts, it's about legacy.
I'll go Boots, and I hate to go against my top-ranked brother, Xander, and it's actually a good, cool pal of mine. He's one of those nice guys that just, he just has an energy next to him too. You want to be cool with him too. He's not a bad, mean human being. He has a nice, kind heart. You know what I'm saying? He's one of those guys that you want to root for, and I do root for him. That's why I'm happy that he got his extension, before this fight. So I already know that Top Rank has a plan for him already in the future.
That's Scooter Davis, and notice the conflict in his voice. This isn't a stranger picking a side from the outside. This is someone who genuinely likes Xander Zayas as a person, who wants to root for him, and still can't bring himself to pick against Boots Ennis when loyalty and respect aren't enough to change a prediction. That tells you everything about how dangerous Boots really is.
Have you shared the ring with any of them?
Xander? Yeah, I fought Xander in the amateurs.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Me and Xander, I think he won. Ooh, I'll be mad at that one every time y'all bring that up. he got me on the 3-2 split. I swear, I know I got him, man. They gave me something, man. I came in the fight unknown. I was not ranked. He was #1. And I made it all the way to the championship. And he got me by a 3-2 split. Ooh. And then I never got to get my get back on my run back because after that, that's when Xander blew up. We fought at in New Mexico.
Most people don't know this story. Years before Xander Zayas was a unified world champion, he was already that dangerous as an amateur, good enough to beat a future world-class fighter in a split decision so close, his opponent still argues about it to this day. That's the kind of competitor stepping into Brooklyn on June 27th. He's been winning close. Hard fights his entire life.
Zayas, he always 100% correct with his assessment. Oh, he be on point. He be telling me in the fighter meetings when I used to call his fights, he tell me exactly what he gonna do when he go in there and he does it. You know, I seen that damn interview he just did, and he talk about all the mistakes and weaknesses and flaws and shit that Boots be making. Yeah, he see the same shit I see. He see the same shit I see.
I hear it. It's not too early because
that's just a question. Now,
no. Let me finish. He fighting for 2-time world champion already. What if he go for the third one and he gets beat? Then he misses a big money fight with Boots instead of going on and taking this fight. You understand me? So it's like so many times we get cheated out of fights because guys try to wait till the fight simmers or gets to where it needs to be. Then they'll wait till they think one guy's ready. No, if you're a 2-time world champion across the board already, you're ready. If you're not ready, you shouldn't have got them 2 titles if you weren't ready. So if you got 2 titles, I don't want to hear that you're not ready. You better be ready because you're 2-time world champion. You got 2 of the belts in the weight class. Everybody in the weight class want that. So you're behind.
You know Xander and all that. On the other hand, my brother out of Philly.
I know.
You talk about it all the time.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I will not have my hard-earned money in this bet. I can't do it. But it's gonna be a good fight. I don't know who wins this. I think I would have to, if I had to pick, I would give Boots the edge. All right, guy that's a little twitchier, a little more athletic, hits hard, switch hitter, and then Xander. Xander's really good, right? Talk about a guy that has improved from a young guy to where he is now. Right, he's not scared. Can box with the best. He can move. He can punch. Got good defense. So it's gonna be a tough fight.
Gabe, on the one hand, Boots has just looked more special athletically to me than Xander throughout their careers, right? Sure. On the other hand, when you said Xander got better, Xander was so precocious. He was such a young fighter when we first saw him. Sure. And you don't have your man bones yet as a boxer. Now he's into his 20s, maybe a different fighter. What do you think of the matchup?
No, absolutely. I think in his last performance in Puerto Rico, he showed that boxing ability. Nice jab, nice movement, good stamina, endurance. And he's a big dude, man. I went for a jog with him in Puerto Rico. I'm like, how big are you, dude? He walks like 190, man. He's a solid big guy. So he's bringing that weight.
Tough fight, you know, especially for Xander at this point in his career, but it shows his heart and his confidence, you know, that he has in himself. And he's ready to go make history for his country. And he's going to do real well in that fight. You know, I just think, you know, right now, you know, is
That said, let's talk about the outside fighters. As I stated, it's very much rumored and more than likely possibly happening. Xander versus Boots. How do you see that fight going? Do you think maybe Xander's a little bit too young there?
Too soon.
Too soon. You think it's too soon?
Brother. Yeah, I love Sanders, and if he waits and if he's smart and his team is smart, they'll hold on at least 2 more fights, and then release him to the wolves. And I'm just speaking realistic in how I see it, because I wouldn't want him to lose a really hard fight and him just declining. You get me? And it happens. We've seen it with fighters where it's too soon of a fight. I mean, let's not go far. I mean, I hate to use him as an example, but when Vargas fought Trinidad, it was too soon, brother. And you gotta be patient with your fighters, and I think they have to be patient with Xander Zayas. Not that I'm saying that he can't win. Maybe he can, but maybe he's gonna get hit too much or injured himself. You get me? So wait a little bit for